The programming problem says that define a function to print last letter of a string. Okay, so before starting the video, I will suggest you to watch the video using the Chrome browser in desktop mode for getting the high quality. Okay, so the problem says that we have to define a function. The function will print the last letter of a given string. Okay, so first pause the video and try to solve yourself. If you can solve by yourself, congratulations, but if you fail to solve this problem, so don't worry, watch the full solution. I can assure you, you will be able to solve the upcoming problems very easily by yourself with confidence. Okay, so we have to define a function first. Suppose the function will return the character, so the function will be character type function. So char, I am giving the name of the function fun. Okay, the function will take an input a string, so character name of the variable a, suppose it will contain up to 100 characters. Okay, now curly parenthesis should start. Now we have to write the definition of the function. We need to print the last letter. Okay, so first we have to find out the index of the last letter. Suppose I am taking a variable x which will store the index of the last letter. So the index of the last letter x equals to length of the string minus 1. Suppose the string contain 5 characters. Okay, 5 characters, so the length of the string will be 5, so index of the last number will be 4. So length of string, the user defined function is strlen, length of the string name is a minus 1. So in this variable x, the index of the last letter will be stored. Now we have to print the last letter, so I am using the printf function. It is character, so %c comma a of x. Okay, now we have to close the curly bracket. Now inside the main function we have to take input from the user, the string input. Okay, now I am taking a variable char s, the variable name is s. It will take suppose up to 100 character s. Okay, now we have to take the input of the string. We can use the gets function, gets s. We can write also scanf %c comma ampersand, like this. This is simple user defined function, not user defined, it is actually defined in the stdio.h header file getStext. Now we have to call the function. The function name is fun and we will pass the variable s inside the function. Okay, let's run the code. Here is the problem. A semicolon is missing, suppose. Okay, here the semicolon is missing. Now run the code again. You have to give an input. Suppose he is a good boy, so last letter is y. Sorry, I already give a space, that's why it is showing nothing. He is a good boy. Okay, don't give any space, so last letter is y. Let's try to understand the code very carefully. Inside the main function, actually the compiler starts to execute the program from the main function. So starts from the main function. First character s undest, this variable will store the input given from the user. Gets function is used for getting input from the user. Then I am calling the function s. and passing the variable s inside the user defined function. So the value which is stored inside the variable s, that will be copied to the variable a. Now int x is used to store the index of the last letter inside the string. So string length a minus 1, that is the index of the last letter. Now we are printing %c is used for character a of x. Okay, so I think it is clear for you. Now write the same code using the Python compiler. So for Python compiler, the technique of defining the function is quite different. That is def function is used. Name of the function I am giving suppose fun. Here I will pass the character a. Okay, so inside we have to write the definition of the function. That is the same. We need a variable to store the index of the last letter. Length of the string a minus 1. So index is stored inside the variable x. Now we have to print a of x. Okay, the definition of function is already written. Now we have to take input from the user. Suppose I am using another variable s equals to input function. Okay, we can write something inside this bracket for showing at the user's end. Okay, now we need to call the function, and inside the function we are interested to pass the variable s. Okay, internet connection is on, so let's run the code. Let's give an input sim. He is good boy. Okay, let's run the code. Y, which is the last letter, is showing here. The main difference between Python and C is that for C language we need the indicator like %c for character, like %d for integer, like this. But in Python, if we didn't mention anything, means just I am writing s equals to input, so it will take the input from the user as a string. If we typecast this using the int like this, I am going to show you. Suppose I am writing int here using the bracket, so it will convert the given input into the form of integer. Okay, thank you.